What's going on, team? Just making sure everything is working on my end. Test, test. Perfect. Test, 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 test. Perfect. Working on here. Yeah, what's good, Mike? What's goody? Hope you had a great weekend, my brother. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, guys. As always, again, this is the weekly market breakdown. This is the session where we go over every single pair that we trade throughout the week, starting off with AUDUSD, going down to US oil. We'll be going in order from the top to the bottom, looking over the pairs with the red flag next to their name. We're going to go over the daily time frame, talk about where we're at in the overall market makers pattern, talk about our daily highs, our daily lows, any continuations, right? Update whether we have 2 months to rise, 2 months to drop, looking for continuation. Do the same thing on the 4-hour. Talk about our 4-hour highs, 4-hour lows. Look for any continuations. Are we trading with the trend, against the trend? Are we consolidating? And then same thing on the 30-minute. Look at our 30-minute highs, 30-minute lows. Look for any continuations. Are we trading with the trend? Are we trading against the trend? Are we moving sideways, consolidating? Are we in a range? Do we have any breaks? And we'll get ready for this trading week. We'll see what pairs are the best ones to look at. There was a lot of pairs that we were waiting for price to give us a pullback. There was a lot of pairs that we were waiting for the break of structure to happen to then look for continuations. So we'll definitely be updating all our charts today. It'll be about an hour session, an hour 15 minutes maybe. It'll probably take us a little bit longer than usual. Why you doing it early? I got things to do, Mike, man. Yeah, I'm back. I needed a break. It's all good. Hope you had a great week and a great weekend. That's a good thing with trading, man. It's never gone. It's something that'll always be here. If you need a break, take the break. Come back whenever you're ready. The charts will be here. I got things to do, Mike. Ugh. And I actually slept last night for the first time in like 4 days. The show was so good. I don't even know dates today. Today is Sunday, so on Thursday afternoonish. It was a Friday. I don't even fucking remember. It was Friday. Friday at 2 p.m. I drove to Orlando. We had to go sign off on the house. Got the keys to the house. Drove back. Got home at like 3 a.m. Woke up at 6:30 to help my sister at a farmer's market because she started her own company selling homemade cookies and brownies and all sorts of sweet stuff. Went to the farmer's market, helped her set up for a little bit. So I've been grinding, man. Yesterday, as soon as it was like 10 p.m., 10:30, 11 p.m., I'm like, yo, I'm tired. I went to bed, I knocked out till I woke up this morning. Woke up like at 7 and I just stayed in bed literally till like 30 minutes ago. It's been a grind, man. Then the moving wasn't easy. That shit was a fucking pain in the ass. But today's my little resting day, so I'm trying to get everything over with already early so I could just chill for the rest of the day. But any questions, guys, before we get started? We'll give everybody till 11:20, so we'll give everybody 2 minutes, about 2 minutes. Any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, any entries you guys took that you guys want me to analyze, anything you guys are looking at that you guys want me to analyze or talk about, let me know. Again, any questions at all, let me know, guys. Any questions about what we do, how we trade, why we trade, how we trade, let me know. And again, this week, guys, we will be starting the streams on WAP. So for those who are paying for the membership, again, you guys will have access to the WAP live streams. You guys will have access to the one-on-one sessions. You guys will have access to the giveaways, the Propfirm account giveaways once we do those, the community tournaments, community giveaways. So still a few things we gotta finalize on the website so we could look a little bit better, but we'll get that done with time. And then again, for those who aren't paying, you guys will still have access to the streams on YouTube. I'll be doing 3 streams on YouTube a week. The weekly market breakdown, which is this stream every Sunday, this one will stay on YouTube. We will do this one on YouTube every single Sunday. And then we'll have 2 live trading sessions done, and then we'll have 1 isolation session on YouTube as well. So you guys are still gonna have access to us, still gonna have access to the Discord, still gonna be able to ask questions, get to learn what we do. And again, we have over 400 videos posted on YouTube, right, of the last 2 years, trading sessions, isolation sessions, weekly market breakdowns. So you guys have a whole treasure chest of information in our YouTube. But alright, guys, no questions in the chat. Let me actually open up Discord too. No questions in Discord. Good, Kendall. I don't even think Kendall's here. And I still got things in my car that I gotta bring down. So after I'm done with the stream, I'm gonna go take everything else down from the car. But I'm still missing like my second PC. I'm still missing my speaker. I'm still missing my shoes. What else is in the car? Hella boxes in the back. I don't even know what the boxes are. I think it's just more clothes. And it's not even my clothes, which is crazy. Everybody else, a few minutes. What do you guys think? Give them till 11:25. Yo, what's up, Mohammed? Can you analyze the indices? Yep, we look over US30. Sorry. Thank you. Um, I go over US30. Usually US30. Damn, I just choked on this fucking spit, man. Usually US30, S&P, you know, NAS 100 if you trade futures, NQ. Um, it's all the same analysis, but if you have a specific index that you want me to look over, let me know. But we do go over US30. We go in order from the top to the bottom, so once we get to that one, we'll do that. No problem, Mr. Muhammad. Let's get started. Let's give everybody 2 minutes, man. Let's get everybody 2 minutes. 2 minutes, we'll get this started, and then we'll get started in 2 minutes. I'm gonna share your voice, by the way, so if you have a question, they could hear it in the stream too. So,
Alright, bet.
just a heads up. Give everybody one more minute. We'll get started at 11:25. XAUUSD? Maybe. I'll let you know.
Alright.
Joking, man.
I I had a few structure confirmations on gold, so
Okay. No other questions in chat before we get started? No other pairs you guys want me to go over? Got 15 seconds. Speak now. Or whatever it is that they say after that. I don't know what it is.
speak now, forever hold your peace.
There you go. When do they say that? When you get married?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'll never do that.
This time it's a good thing I'll never do that.
Alright, guys, let's get started. So, starting off with AU. AU, we know we are in level 3. Right? We were in the second zone of consolidation. We're waiting for a break of structure. Did we get the break of structure? No, not yet.
No.
We're still just testing these lows. Once again, just for everybody who's new, we'll do this in the beginning of the streams. Teach you guys what a break of structure looks like. So you have the break of structure line. And then you have, let's say you're looking for the break going short. Right? So you have the first red candle that closed below the break of structure. Just because this candle closed below the structure, right, how it did here, just because it closed below it, it doesn't mean that's a break of structure. This is still a testing candle. It's a testing candle because it's still testing the break of structure line. The confirmation of a break of structure, right? And then the same thing with this candle here. It doesn't matter how big the candle is. It doesn't matter if it's just a wick. It doesn't matter if it's just the body. It doesn't matter if it's an imbalanced candle like you see here, a strong red candle. It doesn't matter. It's still touching the line, so it's still a testing candle. The confirmation of the break of structure is going to be the second red candle or any other candle after this one is printed. That candle needs to close below the first candle's wick, and nothing on this candle could be touching the break of structure line. If the wick of the candle is touching the structure line, then it's still testing. If the body is still touching the structure line, then it's still testing. But if the candles after the first one that breaks below, if any other candle closes below this wick's candle and is not touching the break, this is the confirmed break of structure. This is when we'll look for the retest for price to give us a lower high to then continue the lower low. Right? And then vice versa. When you're looking at price to break above is the same thing. Right? You're looking at the first green candle, boom. Just because the first green candle closed above the line, it doesn't matter. It's not a break. It's still touching the break of structure line. What you're looking for is the other green candle that closes above the first green candle's wick. You have to make sure that the candles, you have to make sure that the body of the candle and the wick of the candle isn't touching the break of structure. That's going to be the confirmed break. This is where you look for price to give you the pullback, the higher low, the retest to then continue that push to the top side. So make sure you guys take a screenshot of that. Make sure you guys save the timestamp to this. Make sure you write this down on your notes. Again, just because this red candle closed below the break of structure line, just because it closed below it, it doesn't mean it's a break. Just because this red candle is big and it looks like it's strong and this is going to be bearish, it's still touching the break of structure line. Hope that makes sense, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about that. So right now, we could still say that we're stuck in the zone of consolidation. I'm not going to be trading AU until I see that break. Once we get a clean break of structure, that's when I'll start looking to take a trade again. Any questions about that, let me know. If you need me to explain it, give another example, let me know. Did I miss any trades for April? Yeah, for the beginning of this week, there was what I know oil. We took oil. I think that's it, unless I'm mistaken. But I think it was just oil this week. We had a lot of bullshit happen this week. Well, I wouldn't even say bullshit. It's just more of a lot of news. Right, we had a lot of news this. We had a lot of news this week. But I'm looking at trying to see why this. Yeah, I just opened up my trading journal, the one that I sent you, and
All right.
for some reason the dates are different.
The dates.
Yeah, like you remember how like I had the dates on when I took the trades?
Right.
They all say January now.
The
Like it
hell.
changed.
It might be like the wrong link.
Nah, it's the right one.
Wait, hold on.
Whatever. I'll redo it. It's all good. Um,
No, cause I was just on it last night and the dates weren't
it
changed.
was good, right? Like it didn't. I mean, I
Yeah.
sent it to the dude yesterday. You think he fucked it up? Nah, cause I didn't put him as an editor.
Right. It might be like your other journal, cause I do remember you sending me a different journal
Nah,
from
even
the one
even the
for this.
second one is the same thing. Even the one I sent you and then the one that I just copy and pasted, just
Mhm.
without the profits. Even that one just says everything is
Oh
January.
yeah, it does say January.
Whatever, I'll change it.
Wait, let me take a screenshot I took last night. Cause I took a screenshot of it on my
Yeah,
other
I'm like,
phone.
yo, I know I'm not fucking bugging. And now it says last edited was 4 days ago. Like
Yeah,
I'm,
even last night it had said January too.
well, so we just never noticed.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
That's crazy fucking work, I guess. Okay. My bad, guys. Um, but yeah, though I think the only trade we took, I'm positive. Yeah, the only trade we took was oil. Everything else we kind of
Yeah.
were just waiting. There was a
So
lot
I
of
took
pairs who
EU.
were. Okay. There was a lot of pairs who are just trading in their higher high and we're looking for a pullback or we're waiting for price to give us a break. So we didn't really have any clean entries on a lot of the pairs this week anyway. Um, do you think it's good to trade multiple assets or just stick to one for the beginning until you're consistent? Um, honestly, I've always said to trade multiple pairs because at least the way we trade, if my rules aren't being shown on a chart, just think about it. If you're looking at one pair and that one pair isn't showing you your trading rules for, let's say, for 3 days straight, as a beginner trader, you're gonna be more anxious to just want to take a trade because you haven't traded in a couple days, right? So it's the same thing. Like if you have one pair that you're looking at and that pair is just consolidating, what are you gonna trade? Right? If you're trading with consistent rules and rules that make sense, rules that follow market structure, and that's a whole different conversation because that could be the difference, right? My trading journal, I'll answer this question in two ways, right? I'll answer it first by saying what I was first saying, which is if that one pair isn't showing you any entries, you know, you're stopping yourself from making money because you're just looking at one singular pair. Um, then the second answer I could give you is that it really all depends on your trading journal. Like everybody's trading journal is different, right? You see a lot of people. We could just talk about the streams on YouTube, right? Streamers on YouTube. You see them trading, they're looking at one pair, maybe two pairs, but they're taking 4 to 5 trades a day, right? We don't do that. If if you go look at their streams and you go look at their entries, they talk about following a trading plan, but you're not trading the same entry model that you claim that you're trading, and all you got to do is go watch the streams and you'll notice that we really do follow a trading plan. We follow our rules. If something isn't following our rules, we're not taking a trade. So the reason I don't look at just one pair is because if my trading rules aren't being shown on one pair, I'll go find it somewhere else. And then I'll go find it somewhere else. Everybody else, they'll give you an answer too that's like, "Oh, you have to learn how to trade the pair. You gotta know that there's different moves." It's like, yeah, but if you already know that they're all traded the same way. Every single pair in the market, whether you're trading options, whether you're trading indexes, commodities, the forex, the foreign exchange, they're all traded the same way. They all follow the same rules. Is volume different? Yeah. Are they moving at different times of the day? Yeah, of course. Again, a USD pair is not going to move during Asia session. The same way that an Asian session pair is most likely not going to move during the US session. So you just have to know which pairs to trade at what time, what your rules are, follow your rules. But my answer would be completely different because of how we trade. We trade completely different than everybody else who does this online. So it's a different mindset as well. Um, no, this isn't the same Muhammad. Jumper, please could you send me your journal of of last year and this year so far? Just be looking at trades. Yeah, I got you, Mike. I sent one to Kendall the other day, but we were just talking about it. For some reason, the data kind of changed, so I have to update it after the stream. I'll update it and I'll change the dates again. Um, yeah, welcome to the stream, Muhammad. We appreciate you. So, any questions about that? Let me know. So, AU, let's update. We're in a new month. Did we finish? We finished on another month of no net. I'm gonna go ahead and start deleting the path too. I don't need this anymore. I think we've been talking about this pair for the last 3 months, and the drawings still haven't changed. It's all been the same. The examples have been the same. So we have another month of no net. Price has just been moving sideways for 3 months. Not really gonna be looking at this in the daily. Again, the only thing I'm looking for in the daily is a valid break. Once this candle prints, right, tonight, pretty much when the market opens and we get a new candle, if price could go down and give us a candle closure below here, that'll be our break, right? This is where I'd be looking for the retest. Once we get the retest somewhere in this area, that's where I want price to go down. Now, there's two possibilities again here, but I'm not gonna draw that down in this session. We'll do that in the isolation session, and the reason is because I want to wait. Right, I'll do it tomorrow because I want to wait how this candle prints going into the new trading week. Right, but we got to remember we still have this gap at the top of the market. So could price give us a break below and then just give us a steeper pullback to fill this gap to then continue the push back down to the previous peak low? I think so. So there's a few things we'll talk about in tomorrow's isolation session after the trading session in the morning. We'll see how this continues to move. Should be an interesting pair to keep an eye on though. On the 4-hour, we have a week of drop, no continuations. We're trading lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. And now price came down and gave us another change of character, lower low to the bottom. So we're trading between this low. There's something I want to do here. Make this just in the 4-hour. And we're trading between this high and these lows over here. Let's go back to the daily. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change the daily low just yet. I'm gonna wait for a clean break. Once we get a clean break, then we'll say that we are in a new low. For now, I'm not gonna say in the daily time frame that we're trading lower low, lower high, and lower low. So we'll wait this one out before I update the daily low. And then in our 30-minute, we have a day of rise on Thursday, and then Friday price. Think about it. A pair that usually moves 64 pips on a day-to-day basis moved 345 pips in one day. That's how crazy the markets were this week. But we had no rules shown. Where are we gonna trade? Right? No confirmations. So we'll wait this one out. At this point, we have another 30-minute change of character. Let me go ahead and update this to the change of character. And we're trading between this 30-minute high and all of this is part of the same trend and these 30-minute lows. Euro AUD on the daily time frame. Did we reach previous peak high? Not yet. We are in level 3. Why do you mark out the wick specifically? What do you mean? When you're looking at when I'm putting my boxes for like the highs and the lows, or when I'm putting the break of structures on the 30-minute or the 4-hour? But regardless, it's all the same example or the same kind of answer as to why. So when you're looking for a break, because what I'm drawing out first and foremost, what I'm drawing out is the highs and the lows of the structure, right? So if I'm in an uptrend, I'm marking up the higher high and the higher low, right? In order for us to look for a break of structure, we need to see price break above the entire candle. It's not just the body of the candle, right? A lot of people would out there saying that, oh, a break of structure, you just want to see a break above the body of the higher high, or vice versa, the body of the lower low, right? But that's not true. You need to see a clean break above the entire candle, which is in an uptrend, right? The higher high, you're looking at the body of the green candle to the wick. This is the entire zone that you want to see the break. And then the same thing for the downtrend, you want to see the break below the wick of the red candle, but you want to draw your box from the bottom of from the wick to the body of the candle. But that's the reason why I do that. It's because I need to see the clean break of structure. It can't just be a candle, like what I was explaining at the beginning of the stream. Like it can't just be a candle closure above. Like it has to be. You need to see the candle closure above, and then the second green candle closing above that without touching that break of structure line or that break of structure zone. So EA, we started level 3. Makes sense. Perfect. Starting level 3 in the uptrend, this is perfect. We have 2 months of rise. This month already, April, again, we had a very strong start to the week, or very strong start to the month. So price already gave us that 3rd month push to the top side. On the daily time frame, I'm still gonna mark this out as, let's see how we had this here. Yeah, we're still trading between this higher low and then the higher high up here. Price has just been moving, so we don't really have a clean high just yet. But we'll keep this like this. So nothing on the daily time frame to talk about for now. On the 4-hour time frame, we had a week of no net last week. This week, price gave us a week of rise. Price is still following the trend, higher high, higher low. We're trading between this higher high over here, and then on the 30-minute time frame, we had 2 days of rise. After 2 days of rise, you're looking for the 372. We got the 3rd day push. As soon as the market's open, price just never gave us an opportunity to trade. They're like, nah, we're not gonna let you take these trades. So then we had higher high, higher low. Do I want to say that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then all of this is part of the same trend? Or is this all part of the same trend? Now we'll do this. What pair is this? EA? We're going to be looking for a pullback regardless. We're trading at a higher high. Right, so we're going to sit here and say that we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. But I'm not marking this as a higher high, higher low, higher high, because price never gave us a clean break. Just testing candles. So since it's just testing candles, we're not going to be looking for price close above these highs. Then we have the higher low here. 2 days of rise, price gave us a 3rd day push. After 3 days of rise, the market must go down or move sideways. So we already know that the beginning of this week for EA is not going to be a pair on our watch list for now. EURCAD. Let's go ahead and delete some of these things that we have drawn. So ECAD, we're in level 2. We were in the first zone of consolidation, V1 in an uptrend. We had the break of structure. Price gave us higher high, higher low. It was a small little pullback. Price went to the top side, failed to give us a higher high, and gave us exhaustion candles at these highs. So could we expect price to finally give us a pullback again? Most likely. Nothing to update on the daily except for a month of rise, no continuations. Our 4-hour time frame, 4-hour highs and lows are the same. We're trading between this change of character higher high and the higher low. We had a week of no net where price is just moving sideways. Then last week, or this week, price gave us a weaker rise. So no continuations just yet. Once again, all we have here is the same thing as a daily time frame. Right? These daily highs, these 4-hour highs, we just have exhaustion candles. So price is already giving us our first confirmation to let us know that price is most likely not ready to continue the push to the top side, which is okay. We're looking for a pullback anyway. And then on the 30-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We're just stuck in this little zone, which is really just a little zone of consolidation. So we'll be looking for a break before we even enter a trade. And then this candle is pretty close, 10 pips. We'll mark it as a second day rise. We'll keep this one on our watch list. And then we'll update it when the market's open. This could still be a no net for the day. Price could open with a gap, or price could just move down 10 pips and it'll be considered a no net for Friday. So we'll keep an eye on EURCAD tonight, and then we'll see before I add it to the watch list. Euro USD, same thing, right? We go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we look at where we're at in the overall market structure and the overall trend, right? In the overall market makers pattern, we're still in the first zone of consolidation in an uptrend, which is V1. We're going to be looking for a break above our zone consolidation, which is above these highs over here. Once we get that break, that'll give us our confirmation that we're continuing and we're starting level 2 to continue the push to the top side. So now that I know that we're trading between our daily high and our daily low, we're in an uptrend, we're at the top of the zone of consolidation without the break. So again, same thing that we talked about in the months of August and September of 2024. Right, we were at these highs again. Oh, wrong tool, my bad. We were at these highs again. What did price do? Rejected highs and went back down to the bottom. Same thing that it did the previous times, right? It went to these highs, rejected the highs, went short, rejected the shorts, went high, rejected the highs, went back down, went back down, went back up, rejected the highs again, went back down, rejected the lows again, went back up, went to the middle, just consolidated, came back up, rejected the highs again, came back down, rejected the lows again, came back up. We know we're in a zone of consolidation. So once again, the best times to take these trades are always going to be from the bottom of the zone of consolidation back to the top. The second time that you want to start looking for trades again is going to be once price breaks above the zone of consolidation. I'm not entering here, I'm not entering here. I'm entering once price gives me a break and a retest. This is when I'm entering again to continue that push to the top side. Right, so right now it's just about taking a little step back, waiting for the next confirmations. Right, so let's go down the list. Right now we have 2 months of rise. Perfect. This month of April, price already gave us that third push to the top side, but that's okay. Let's start looking at structure. We know that internally, what is price doing? Still giving us higher highs and higher lows, which is cool, right? For a couple weeks, the market makers were trapping traders, making the retail traders believe that this was going to be a shoulder head shoulder. And then what happened? Gave you the fake outs. All the traders who thought this was going to be shorts to give you that shoulder head shoulder confirmation, it hit everybody's stop loss. So perfect. Price gave us another higher high. After a higher high, we're looking for a higher low, and that's exactly where we're at right now. We can see that this is exactly what price wants. Looks like what price wants to do. So again, we'll wait for more confirmations. In the 4-hour, we at least know where we're trading. We have no engulfing candles. We really don't have any exhaustion candles. Right? We do have a bearish engulfing in the 4-hour. Price came up, retested it, went straight into profit there. On the 1-hour, I'm just looking for engulfing candles. I don't do structure on the 1-hour. Nothing on the 1.
There's a 30-minute engulfing candle.
Thanks, man.
So the left hand side.
Right here.
Yeah.
And then on the 30-minute, you have 2 days of rise. Price failed to give us that third day push on Friday, and then finished on a day of drop. And we're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. And then we do have a 30-minute engulfing. Red, red, green. However, the first red candle, the second red candle, the body of the second red candle did not close below the wick, so it is not a valid engulfing candle. So right now we do not have any valid points of interest. The only thing we have on the 30-minute is a 200 EMA, which is exactly what we're looking for. Again, overall level 2, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. But again, the fact that we're trading at a higher high, the fact that we're trading at the top of the zone of consolidation, those are two very powerful things to understand that right now price could give us a steeper pullback. So I'm going to be waiting before I take a trade, right? Or I'll be looking for continuation. If we have 2 days of rise, I'll take the third day. But I want to see price trend first. So EU will wait this one out. UPUS never happened there. No. Shit, I wish I would have seen that chat earlier. For which pair were you talking about? You're talking about EU? This very pair you're talking about right now on the daily? No, it never gave us a break. Right? And again, I'll give you the reasons why. So, first and foremost, the zone of consolidation. What is it? What does it look like? Right? So, we know that the zone of consolidation is where price starts moving sideways. Right? Where is price moving sideways? Where is price rejecting lows and rejecting highs? Right? So, over here, price was still trending. Right? Higher high, higher low. Right? Higher low, boom, higher high. Once price gave us the set high, which we'll go again, and I'm gonna do this in a different color here so this can make sense. Once the trend gave us a set high, which was this one, because again we were still trending here, higher low, right, higher low, right, until we made this high, then price came back down. The first higher low of this trend was here, so we know that we were trading between this low and this high, right? Price came down, tested, came up, tested, gave us a zone of consolidation, right? Came back up here, tested the highs. Again, we're looking for price to break these highs, so price never gave us a break, right? Price came down here. Now this is where I drew this, my bad. I drew this incorrect. It was here. This is the first higher low of that started the trend, right? So higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, boom, right, until here. So price came back down, boom, did the same thing. Fuck, wrong tool. Did the same thing, tested the lows, never gave us a break of structure. Again, we know we were stuck in this zone of consolidation, but we know that we were trading between this higher high and this higher low. So I'm looking for price to give me a break of structure above this high over here. So that's why a break of structure on the daily time frame never happened. Let me know if that makes sense, or if you need me to give you another example of that. I'm so confused as to why you're closing that low exactly. It's from the trend. So again, the reason I'm choosing this low, right, as to like the bottom of the zone of consolidation, where is price gonna go, right, is because this was the last higher low that you had. Let me take a step back here. It's better if I draw it out, right? So let's delete this and let's start this again. This is where you had price give you the break of structure. You had price give you lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, boom. The break of structure happens here, right? This is where price started giving you the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? This is the first higher low in the zone that started the trend. So this is the reason why I'm looking for price, or this is why I'm looking for this low, or I'm looking at this low as to where price could pull back to give us that zone of consolidation. So let me change this to yellow, change this to a line. So you'll never update that low again until another BOS happens, correct? Right? Or until another high happens in a zone of consolidation. Again, don't get that confused. Right? In a zone of consolidation, no, I'll never update this low and I'll never update this high because this is where price has been just moving sideways. In order for us to see a valid break, change this to green so we know that we're looking for a break above or a break below. Right? In order for us to say, okay, we've gotten away from the zone of consolidation. In order for us to say that we're starting the second push, that second level to continue the uptrend, we need to see either a break above this and then the retest to then continue, or we'll be looking for price to say, you know, fuck the trend, we're gonna break these lows to then continue. So in a zone of consolidation, no, I won't change the lows or the highs because you know that this is where price has to break to continue to go, or this is where price has to break above to continue that push. So no, you don't really ever update these lows or these highs. Let me know if that makes sense. Gotcha, appreciate it. Okay, no problem. Right, a lot of people, when you're not reading structure correctly, right, a lot of people would just say, oh, but look, you had a break here, right? If we zoom in, like, how many traders do you know on the daily time frame, on any time frame really, they're trading super zoomed into the charts, right? So if you're super zoomed into the chart and you're not really looking at structure and you're incorrectly placing where you're looking for the breaks, like, how many traders, just think about it, how many traders you think lost these trades here going back short? How many traders you think thought that this was just going to be a break retest to then continue the push to the bottom? Right? So this is why structure is very important. Right? It's the same thing for the traders here. Like, how many traders you think were like, oh, this is going to be, you know, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Oh, it's going to make a higher high. How many traders you think, boom, went straight into stop loss? Right? Again, same thing here. If you're trading just super zoomed into the chart, how many traders you think took a loss here thinking that this was going to be lower low, lower high, lower low, and price went straight into stop loss? Right? So, and again, it happens every single time. It happens every single time in the markets. So this is why, like, everything that's happening in between this high and this low, everything that's happening between this high and this low, once again, make sure you understand what I'm saying. Everything that's happening between this high and this low is just there to trap you. Is there for the market makers to collect contracts so they could win and we could lose. But if you understand where you're getting trapped, you already understand the middle of the zone of consolidation is where they're going to be trapping the most traders. And look how many times they've trapped you in the middle of the zone of consolidation. It happened once, it happened twice, right? It happened 3 times. Just in the zone of consolidation, in the middle. So this is why we stay away from those trades when we're in the middle of the zones. EU, do we finish doing this one? Yeah, okay. So let's go on to the next one. I'm gonna start speeding it up too, guys. We're almost done. We're already pretty much halfway, but we're already an hour into the stream. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I am gonna speed it up just a little bit. Anything that you guys want me to explain. But again, as you can see, every single pair that we've done is all traded the same exact way. The difference is obviously where you're at in the overall trend. Some are uptrending, some are downtrending, but they're all looked at the same way. And you can see that it's the same drawings, is the same type of patterns every single time, and this is from 2016 up until now. So 9 years and we're still trading the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So it's not nothing new. Like nothing that I'm gonna say is gonna be different from this pair to the next. So GA, we know that we are in level 3. We've already reached peak high territory. We reached the previous peak high. We're in peak high territory now. Price gave us a higher high, higher low. Gave us another higher high, zone of consolidation. Then it went back up and it gave us another higher high. So this is looking good. This pair, we're going to be ready to, personally, not really going to be trading it. It did the same thing as the other pairs. We're pretty much, we've already completed the 3rd month push with the news week that we had. So not looking for any continuations on the daily time frame. On the 4-hour, we're still trading higher high, higher lows. I don't even want to do that because all it is just a zone of consolidation. Even though we had a nice break here, but I'm not going to sit here and say that we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then higher high. We can. Fuck it. We'll change it if we have to later on, but the reason I'm also not really going to give myself a headache with this one is I'm not going to be trading it. This is going to be a pair that for the next couple of weeks we're just going to be watching like a hawk, but we're not going to be trading it. You have a week of rise. And then on the 30-minute, we have a day of no net. And then we have a day of rise, so no continuations. On the 30-minute, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We're trading between this higher high and this higher low over here. Perfect. GCAD daily time frame, once again, same thing. We were in V2, second zone of consolidation in an uptrend. We were looking for the break of structure. We got the break. We have price give us a higher high. Price gave us a month of rise last month. This month that just closed, price gave us 2 months of rise. Perfect. And we're looking for the 3rd month high. Nice. GCAD hasn't given it to us. So GCAD, let me open up the Discord and put this on the watch list. Daily watch list for 04/07/2025. Watch list. Alright, we're looking for GBPCAD 3rd month high. So perfect. So 3rd month high on GCAD. On the 4-hour time frame, price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, and we're getting that pullback. Perfect. We had a week of drop, counter drop, going against the overall trend, so no continuations there. And then go back to the daily. What is this? It's the break of structure retest. Okay. And then on the 30-minute, we had 2 days where price was moving sideways, and then Friday gave us a push down to the bottom going counter. And then we had lower low, lower high, lower low. So now for GCAD, we just gotta wait. Wait for an engulfing candle, wait for exhaustion candles. Once we have a set price as to where price wants to give us a pullback, then we'll start taking a trade. Once we see, okay, we're at a higher low and we're now making that push back into the higher high to give us that 3rd month high, then we'll start taking those trades back to the top side. So GCAD is definitely number 1 on my list to keep an eye on for this week. Alright, so let's start deleting the drawings that we have here. It's about that time, man. The engulfing candle.
About that time, man.
It's been there for long enough, man. People missed it. It is what it is. Go back to the stream. Shit's been there for months already. Alright, so GJ, we're technically still in peak high territory, right? We're still trading between higher high, higher low, and higher high. Price came down, gave us a higher low. Price tried to give us the push back to make a higher high, and instead it gave us a zone of consolidation where again we could see that price has been rejecting these lows the entire time and has been rejecting these highs the entire time. No continuations on the daily time frame just yet, no break of structures, no engulfing candles. There's really nothing here for us to be like, oh, we're gonna take this trade. Like GJ for me for the last couple of weeks, probably last couple of months have been just awful. Like I don't like how GJ moves at all sometimes. But that's okay.
He disgusted.
Yeah, it's disgusting. 30-minute time frame, no continuations here, guys. I don't really have to say too much about GJ. This is just not like this is not the pair that you want to go out with. You know what I mean? Like some people are worried about, their kids going out with bad kids. Like fuck that. You gotta teach them what pairs to stay away from. That's more important. And GJ's that one pair you don't want to touch, man. Get away from the kid. Get away from my kids, please. Don't touch them.
Yo.
Alright. You have the cheese touch, please. 2 days of concert drop at this point. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing nothing with GJ. We'll let GJ do what it has to do, and then we'll trade it once. Once GJ feels better, I think GJ is a little sick. Yo, who joined?
It's Hezzy. What up, Jumper?
It's good, my brother.
What up, Neo?
Yeah, what's good, my boy?
I bet I don't have the Discord open. Yeah, I'm just doing my class right now.
Yeah, class right now.
Oh, my fault. All right, fellas.
Oh, good.
You guys were on the game.
We'll be on later.
Say less.
I'll message you.
Let me know.
I got you.
I bet.
So GJ will let GJ rock. We'll let it do its thing. GU on the daily time frame. We are in level 2. We were in V1 for a zone of consolidation and an uptrend. We had the break of structure, higher high. Price came down, gave us a higher low. In the higher low, this is where we wanted to see that uptrend start happening. So this is looking good. We have 2 months of rise. This month already giving us that 3rd month push to the top side. We can see that price also actually printed a bearish engulfing candle. But that's okay. Right now in the lower time frame, we're still trading higher high and higher low. And right now price tapped into the higher low. So let's update our 4-hour high and low. We know that we're trading between this 4-hour high. Let's turn off the fucking session breaks. We have a pretty close week of drop here, but we will update that at a later time. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I'm not gonna update you. And then on the 30-minute, we had 2 days of rise. We were trading at a higher high, so we already knew that this pullback there was 2 things that we saw why this was a low probability 372. The number one thing being the fact that we're trading at a higher high. Obviously at a higher high, I'm not looking for price to give me higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. I'm looking for price to give me a higher low. I'm looking for a pullback. Right? The second thing was that at the end of the 2nd day going into the 3rd day, into the new session, the pullback that we had was very steep. So we kind of already had 2 confirmations letting us know that these buys were not going to happen. And that's exactly what happened. Price opened, consolidated for about 2-3 hours, and then dropped straight down. And then on the 30-minute, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price came down and gave us a change of character, lower low over here. Right, so right now we're trading between this 30-minute high at the top, and then the 30-minute low is this one over here. Actually say it's all of this here. And on the 30-minute, this could be a good engulfing candle. Right, we're trading at, again, when we take a step back, what are we doing? We had the inducement of the low, still trading higher high, higher low. On the daily time frame, still making higher high and higher low, looking for that continuation back to the top side. We have the inducement in the 4-hour time frame, and we have an inducement on the 30 minutes. So if we could get an engulfing candle after the inducement, that'd be perfect. It's exactly what we want to see. Any other confirmations? Yeah. Any other confirmations? We know we're in level 2. Level 2, we're looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. Right now on the 4-hour, we're right on the 200 EMA. The inducement was literally right on the 200 EMA, and then we don't have any other confirmation entry on a lower time frame. Right, lower time frame, we know we'll just look for a change of character, break of structure. So if we could get price to give us lower low, lower high, lower low, then price could give us higher high, change of character, higher low, higher high, break of structure. This is where we'll take the trade to continue that push to the top side. So GU is also one to keep on the watch list for tomorrow and for the rest of this week. Wouldn't be a bad pair to look at. Let me write that down on our watch list. So GCAD was 3rd month high. GBPUSD looking for continuations long. US30, the dirty 30. Daily time frame, we were trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a daily change of character, lower low. Then price gave us a lower high. Then price gave us another lower low. So right now what I'm kind of contemplating is whether or not I want to call this a pullback on the daily time frame. But again, looking at all the rules that we have, understanding what a significant pullback is, right, which is anywhere between 16 and above. When you're looking at the pullback, 160 pips or above, you know, we pretty much did that. So the fact that we also had a clean break at the change of character, we had the pullback, which this pullback was just a regular 23.6, 38.2 pullback if we use the fib zones. Like, this is a very strong pullback. So price gave us a break. Now the question is, are we starting the overall downtrend pushes on the indexes? That's the question, right? And I'm still not convinced, guys. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that we're in a downtrend for indexes. You know, there's still a few things, a few confirmations, a few things that we want to wait for, but for now I could confidently, and when I say confidently, I mean like 60% confident that these are not going to be the set lows that we're going to have. Like, this isn't where price is going to turn around. But again, even the 4-hour, we have a change of character. We have the break of structure that was just given as well this week. So once again, we have a lot of confirmation letting us know that, yeah, price could go short, it could continue to push down to the downside. We have gaps in the market that reset the trend. Like, what confirmations? Very simple, right? For you to peak high territory, what are you looking for? Right, peak high territory, you're looking for an inverse shoulder head shoulder, or you're looking for a double top, or you're looking for a zone of consolidation. What did we get? We got the double top. Perfect. In order for us to say that price is turning around, right, what do we need to see? We need to see a change of character and a break of structure. Boom, perfect. We got that. Level 1, what are we looking for? We're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. What have we been doing? Boom, 50 EMA, lower low. Boom, lower high, 50 EMA. Twice, right? Boom, back into the lower low. Going into the 4-hour time frame. These are all the confirmations. Like, this is everything that I look at when I trade as soon as I open the chart. Same thing. Now on the 4-hour time frame, you have the change of character. After the change of character, what are you looking for? You're looking for the break of structure. Perfect. We got the break of structure. Not only that, once again, level 1, you're looking for price to bounce off to 50. Did we have that? Not really. Not really here on the 4-hour. We had a little bit more of the 800 EMA. Then we had smaller entries with the exhaustion candles, would then price continue to just fake traders out, right? Trap them, hit their stop losses, and then go straight into profit, right? You have 2 weeks of drop. After 2 weeks of drop, what are you looking for? You're looking for a 3rd week push. Now, yes, we have confirmations of price wanting to move, but then we have other confirmations, right? The other side of why these shorts won't happen. We have gaps in the market that reset the trend. We have gaps in the market that haven't been filled just yet. So what does that tell us? That tells us that price is gonna want to go back up again. Eventually price will come back up again, right? There's a lot of news. You guys gotta understand too, with indexes, not a lot of people talk about this right now, but if a company is overvalued, like, you gotta think of this as a game of not only manipulation, but the people who run the market. Like when you look at Warren Buffett and Nancy Pelosi, all these other people who make billions and billions of dollars on the market, it's not something that's not rocket science. You just gotta put two and two together, right? Let's just think about Tesla. For years, Tesla has been overvalued in the market. Not an opinion, this is facts. It has been one of the biggest companies that have been overvalued in the market, right? With that being said, during the presidential run and everything, and him being in the government, now in the White House, and now there's more money in the market. Now there's more people investing into Tesla. Now there's more power in that Tesla market. So what do early investors do? Well, now that they invested when price was at $2, price is now at 400. What's the next thing they gotta do? Well, now they have to give bad press. Now they have to light cars on fire. Now they have to say that Elon Musk is a horrible person in order for the stock to go down. Why would they want the stock to go down? Well, they just cashed out at $400 share value when they bought at $2. They want to reinvest. They get their winnings, right? They fucking a million X their profit. They got out of the trade. They have bad press. Bad press makes the value of the stock go back down. If the stock goes back down, what do? They get in again. For what? For then price to go back up to the top side. So again, I'm not big on news. I'm not big on politics because there's something about the market that we know that nobody else knows, which is the market maker's pattern. Like, I understand why price has to go up and why price has to go down. And once you start seeing like all this shit connects and you start saying like, wow, we're just being brainwashed into believing whatever it is that these people want us to believe, that's where the disconnect happens, right? So with that being said, once again, everything going on when we're talking about indexes, and why I talk about this, because people want to trade indexes and then just be oblivious to facts, which you can't do that with indexes, right? We're talking about the US, the strongest and one of the most richest countries ever, arguably, right? With that being said, do we really think price is gonna go down that much? Like, even with everything that's going on now with the tariffs. Oh, with the tariffs, yeah, but that's good for the economy. Probably not right now, but in the long run, it's good because we're no longer gonna have to get our shit from other people, right? From other countries, imports, right? We make more jobs. If we have all those factories here. We make more jobs. More people have money. Yes, in the beginning, it's gonna waste a whole bunch of money having to open up all these factories, but then we go into another question of we need these other countries because we work with these countries, we have peace with these countries. So if we no longer work with them and they're not getting our materials and we're not getting their materials, we no longer have that peace, then shit could go wrong, which is something I also understand, which is why I also think a lot of this is, again, to do what? We just talked about it. To lower prices, right? To make these stocks go down. Think about it. US30 has been trending up for how long? Something drastic has to happen, right? The same thing when the wars started going on again, and then the stock went down, and then people bought back in again, and then it fucking skyrocketed 100x again. So it's all this news is just noise. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't stress about, and especially shit that we can't control. But we gotta put our 2 cents in, which is, again, I'm 100% sure you give this 2-3 months and we're gonna go back to normal, probably with lower rates on tariffs for different countries. There's different countries who are not gonna kiss our ass and be like, oh, but we want to be different, so we'll just take out our tariffs for you so you don't take your tariffs from us. And I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen here in the next couple of weeks. You guys will see. Tariff rate will go down, everybody will be back, and shit will start trending again. It happens every 4 years. It happened during COVID. It happened before COVID. It happened during the market crash. Scare everybody. Everybody get out. Everybody get out. Scare the fucking people, the little people. For what? So then the whales could come in and take over. People with the money could come in and take over. So You just gotta understand that a lot of this is just manipulation in the market, guys. So even though technical wise we in a downtrend, you're using fundamentals, of course, 100%. Because yeah, again, even with the technicals, right, what do we have? We have gaps in the market. So yes, even though we have 2 weeks of drop, do we really have 2 weeks of drop? No. We have a reset. So does price need to continue that downtrend push? No. On top of that, we're at a lower low. What happens at a lower low? We know price is going to give you a lower high. We know we're going to see a pullback. So again, there's a little bit more to it, but a little bit not. Like, it's just really looking at structure, then connecting structure to the fundamentals, then connecting the fundamentals with the technicals, seeing everything play out when it has to play out. So right now for US30, we already have 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, the market must go up or move sideways. So again, we're trading at a lower low. What do we think is going to happen? Lower high. It's really just that simple. There's nothing more to it, nothing less to it. It's just really following structure. USDCAD, we're still in PCAD territory. We still have months of no net. We're not really trending here. On the 4-hour time frame, we have, I'm not going to be trading USDCAD, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. We have 3 weeks of drop, and then 30-minute time frame, we have 2 days of drop, counter going against the trend. Well, 3 days, sorry. We have 3 days of drop. After 3 days of drop, the market must move sideways or go up, and we ended up going up, and we're still trading between lower low and the lower high. USDZAR would be a little bit similar. So let's update. We're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. On the 30-minute, we had 3 days of rise. On the third day, gave us a rise drop. Price gave us a 4th-day variation and gave us that 4th-day push, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. On the 4-hour time frame, price gave us 2 weeks of rise. Add a few lines here. Give me 1 second, guys. Two weeks of rise, and then on the daily time frame, again, we're at the top of the zone of consolidation in an uptrend. V2 looking for the break and retest to continue, but again, we know we have this gap at the bottom of the market, so I'm not going to be forcing any trades here, and again, especially not at the top of the zone of consolidation. I'll wait for price to give me a break. Once we get that break, then the retest, then I'll continue to look for trades. But for now, I'm just going to be patient on USDZAR. Gold, 3 months of rise. We're in PCAD territory. We're trading at a higher high. After 3 months of rise, the market must move sideways or go down. On the 4-hour time frame, trading higher high, higher low, higher high. We had 4 weeks where price was just pushing to the top side. Then price gave us a week of drop. Perfect. We're still trading higher high, higher low, higher high. And then on the 30-minute, we had price give us a change of character, lower low, lower high, and then the break of structure, lower low. So could we start this downtrend push on gold? It does seem likely. It does seem very, very likely. So let's actually update this real quick. We have the change of character. Changes to red so we know it's a downtrend. And then we have the break of structure. Break of structure also happened below the 800 EMA. That's perfect. Settings, turn on our session breaks real quick. And we have a day of drop. You have any engulfing candles here? Let's see. Any green, green, reds? No. Nothing on the 4, nothing on the daily, nothing on the 1, nothing on the 30, nothing on the 15. Okay. So we'll just be patient with this one. We know we're looking for a pullback, so once we get that pullback, we'll start looking to take those trades again. Bitcoin daily time frame. We are still in peak high territory. Peak high territory. We're at the bottom of this little zone of consolidation that price decided it wanted to make. No continuations on the daily. On the 4 hour, we have price gave us a week of drop last week. This week, price gave us a week of no net where price is just moving sideways. And then on the 30-minute, we have, let's take a look. Friday gave us a day of rise. Saturday gave us a day of no net. And then today, price is still going down. So we're just still stuck in the zone of consolidation too anyway. Where we're just, rejecting lows and rejecting highs and rejecting lows and rejecting highs and going back low. So we'll wait it out for Bitcoin. And then last but not least, guys, US oil daily time frame. Looking for the break of structure of these lows. Right, again, this is where price gave us higher high, higher low, higher high. We're looking for a break of these lows. Did we get a break? No, not yet. This is still a testing candle. So right now, just gonna wait it out for oil on the 4 hour. It's perfect, right? It was crazy. Like, if you guys go back into last week's stream, like, this is exactly what we had fucking drawn out that was gonna happen. Kind of missed. Again, I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks, but I've been missing every single oil trade since like the end of last year. It's kind of pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all good. Again, yo, oil. I can't wait for the day oil gives me that entry, man, and I fucking take it. I've been in my nervous bag for oil for the last couple weeks, man. I don't know what's going on. First it was USDCAD, worked on USDCAD, and now it's oil. It's always gonna be one fucking pair that's gonna do that to me, but it's all good. Right, so price did exactly what it had to do. It really did. But again, realistically speaking, we go look at the times where price has been moving. Right? This is the trade that I caught, the only trade, which was the question Vanessa had in the beginning of the stream. This is the only trade that I caught this week. And we can see that the times that price has been giving us the entries have been at times where I'm not even on the chart. Right? It's super early. We're talking about 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning. As soon as the market's open, like, there's no entries here for me. So again, realistically speaking, is it a missed opportunity? Not really. I just like to burst my own bubble sometimes. But so I can't be upset at that, right? That's another thing that as a trader you have to be able to allow that to happen, which is understanding that you're a human, you're not a robot. You're not going to be up 24 hours a day every single day. There's going to be days where you're not going to be up, and it is what it is. Like, the trades are still going to happen with or without you. So you have to be able to allow the market to just move and not feel any type of way when it doesn't give you your entry opportunity. So nothing wrong with this. Again, price is always going to be doing what it has to do. So as long as you continue to be consistent with your trading journal and your trading rules, then you'll make money regardless. So still going to be waiting for, I'm not going to change the daily or the 4 hour lows just yet. We'll wait for later this week. But any other questions, guys? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything else you guys want me to talk about? Any examples, any explanations, anything that didn't make sense that you guys want me to talk about again? Any other pairs that you guys want me to go over that I didn't talk about? Let me know whether or not they're on the list. If not, then that's pretty much it for today, guys. That's the weekly market breakdown for us. We already know going into next week that we pretty much have just 2 pairs that look crystal clean, which is GCAD and GU. So we already know that going into tomorrow's live trading session, we'll go over those 2 pairs. When watching Steve Morrow, he draws a pattern on the 15-minute. But why do we use the daily? No, the overall pattern is on the daily time frame. What Steve is probably doing is just looking for structure on the lower time frame. It's probably what you're getting confused about. Because you're looking for the same 3 pushes on the 30-minute when you're looking at structure. When you're looking at structure, you're looking for
talking about the levels.
Yeah, exactly. Like what makes up a level, right? When you're looking at the overall market makers pattern, right? Like level 1, what makes up level 1? What's inside of level 1 in the daily time frame? Right? That's lower time frame structure. That's 30-minute 15-minute structure. So in that level, you want to see the 3 pushes happening on the 30-minute time frame. So that's probably what you're getting confused about. It's just you're getting confused with external structure versus internal structure. Or I wouldn't even say confused, but just where that question stems from.
You scared of USDCAD?
I'm not scared of USDCAD, but for some reason, I never was able to catch trades on USDCAD. Like, that was always one pair that I just for some reason, I never was able to catch a trade.
Damn.
And not even that I would get in the trade and I lose it. No, like I literally couldn't find the fucking entry on the pair. For some reason, for the longest time. It's always been a thing. Pretty much the same shit that's happening with oil now for the last couple weeks. It's like I'll catch a trade here and there, but it wouldn't be like I usually trade oil. Like I'm usually on oil's ass. It's one of my favorite pairs to trade, but for the last like couple months it's been fucking horrible. But again, like what we just said, it's not even our fault, really. Like if you really go and look, like okay, yeah, the moves have been given, we talk about what we're seeing, but when is it giving us the entry? Is our entry being played out? And if you go and you backtest and your entries aren't being played out, okay, so then who's at fault really? It's not really your fault. It is what it is. You just gotta let the market move sometimes.
Right.
You free for a one-on-one tomorrow? Yeah, Mike. Yes, sir. Alright, team, that's it for today. If no other questions in chat, hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Peace out.